Hi, I'm Morgan Kawaguchi with Own Physical Therapy and Pilates located in Asheville, North Carolina. Today we're going to go through some core stabilization exercises with your 9-inch slightly deflated Pilates ball. Okay, make your way onto your back. From here, we're going to nice and easy find a little bit of a bridge. So send your hips straight up towards the sky, and we're going to put your ball right under the sacrum, okay? So you may have to play around with this a little bit so that your back can be in a neutral to slightly flexed position, okay? From here, bring one foot into tabletop and bring the other one up to meet it. Want to find both arms nice and strong into your mat or your surface that you're laying on, and make sure that you have clothes on that aren't going to allow you to slide too much, okay? So from here, I just want you to work a little bit of stability. So inhale, exhale, belly button all the way towards the spine to turn on transverse abdominis. You should feel that tension right inside of those hip bones turn on, okay? Send your left toes towards the floor, keeping your knee bent to 90 degrees. Switch legs. We don't want any movement from the lower lumbar spine all the way through the pelvis. All this work should be happening right at the hip joint. And keep going back and forth. Keep driving the belly button towards the spine. If you feel like you lose that, just pause with the legs for just a second. Take an inhale, exhale, pull that belly button back on to turn on those muscles and start over. Send those toes low to the floor and back up and switch and back up. Just do maybe one more on each side. Good. From here, send both legs straight towards the ceiling, and we're just going to do a nice open, so we're making a big V shape with our legs, and close. Open and close. Again, be pushing into your mat with your arms. That will help you find some stabilization along with drawing the belly button towards the spine. And one more. Now, we go into that scissoring. If you need a break, always feel like you can do a little bridge, send your hips right back down to the floor, and go wide with your feet, as wide as your mat, and drop your knees to one side and really get some nice opening up there. Sometimes this can be a lot of work for a back that may like to find a little bit more extension, okay? And over. And I just like to windshield wiper back and forth, nice and easy, if your back feels like it's okay. All right, walk your feet back together and find your ball right underneath your sacrum again, arms to the mat, and both legs towards the sky. Inhale, exhale, belly button towards the spine. Feet are long towards the ceiling, and we're going to take your left leg down towards the wall in front of me, and as we're bringing lefty back up, righty starts its traverse down. Now, lefty doesn't come any closer to me than that starting point, okay? So it doesn't need to come towards my head. This is work enough. Keep thinking about drawing the belly button towards the spine. Keep pressing those arms equally into your mat. And here's the other thing that I find that I like to do. I like to think about pushing my head so hard into the mat. Let your chin tuck down just a little bit and get a little bit of length into the back of your neck. Don't need to be flat. That certainly doesn't, your chin doesn't need to be cocked toward the ceiling, okay? If finding that position with your head is difficult, feel free to put a hand towel rolled up a few times and just to support that neck in a position that doesn't bother it. And bend the knees and take a break. You can find some nice deep lumbar flexion here and take the knees side to side for a little break. All right, send those legs back out long. Make sure if it moved or rolled underneath you during that it gets all the way back up underneath the sacrum. And find tabletop, legs go long. We're gonna do that same drop down with the scissor leg. And so from here, I want you to circle out to the sides, find your diagonal, find your horizontal, and then find your vertical. We scissor, scissor, same thing. Out to the side to find the diagonal, find the horizontal, diagonal to vertical. Scissor, scissor, do it again. These are called helicopters. You're finding that opposition in your legs and maintaining that equidistance on the diagonal, horizontal, diagonal, and then vertical, okay? Scissor, scissor, and go slow with these because these can be a little intense and a lot of work to the inside of the thigh. Those adductors do a lot of work for us. And we want to take care of them. And out to the side, and down and around. Last one, scissor, scissor, and helicopter all the way. Back to our start. Bend both knees and take a break. So now we go into our leg circles, okay? We're pressing into the mat. We find long legs again. So this is like your feet in straps. We go right out to the side, circle down. You still want to maintain some stability into your lumbopelvic area and send the legs long. It's a little more difficult because you don't have the straps, okay? So make it small. If you need to stay here, then so be it, okay? Everyone has a different range that you're able to maintain that stability. 2 more here. I'm going to do 8 of each of these motions. And then we switch, we reverse this. We drop down and open out to the sides and up and around. You're going to feel some work happening because this is a lot. If it feels too hip flexory, we're going to do a really nice stretch at the end, okay? And down. How about maybe 2 more? Good. You're going to fold your right knee in, left leg goes long. That is a really nice stretch for the front of this left hip flexor. And just hold that nice and easy for just a little bit. Take your toes in, take your toes out. This is of the long leg. Toes in and toes out. Pull that left knee in and we switch. Right leg goes long. Same thing. Let this open up a little bit before we start those rotations. Nice and easy. Everybody's got one side that's a little tighter than the other. It's all very normal. Now start rotating that toe in and rotating that toe out. And in and out. Good. Pull both knees in. And from here, we're going to add some nice, easy circles to the thighs. So just send those knees out wide and pull back in. You're going to get a lot of motion all under the pelvis. That's okay. You've worked, and now it's time to find a little bit of nice place. Good. Have your feet find the floor again. We're going to go into that figure 4 stretch. So take your right ankle and just fold it right over that left knee. Pull the left knee towards your chest and hold. Now, if you were already getting a stretch with that foot on the floor, you can just have the weight of the hand on the right leg pushing towards the wall away from you. That will still give you a stretch into that deep hip on the right. I like to pull it up just a little bit and find a little extra range. And we'll switch. The other one I like to do when I'm done with these, anytime I've done a lot of stretching to my hips, I've done some work to the hip flexors, I like to go in and do a flat back bridge. Now I like a flat back bridge for this purpose because it pulls my glutes back into the game. An articulated bridge pulls more into the hamstrings. So just file that away wherever you need to. Lots of people have hamstring stuff. For me, I've got more glute activation issues than hamstring activation issues. So flat back, hands right into the mat. I like my feet right in line with my sits bones for these flat back bridges. We inhale, exhale, and just send your hips straight towards the ceiling. And nice and easy, send the hips down without articulating. Inhale, exhale, belly button towards the spine, send those hips up high and down. I like to do 5 of these total. 3, and 4. So you notice I'm not getting like tremendously high, just getting on enough to turn these glutes on and then let them turn off. Because we activated those hip flexors so much and worked deep in the transverse abdominis, for me, I need the balance, and most of us do. And down. So that is our work today, working with your 9-inch Pilates ball. These are some really nice exercises that'll keep you kind of tuned in and tuned up. All right. Feel free to like this video and subscribe to our station to stay up to date on all of the videos that we're doing. All right, have a good day.